In a world of digital, there's something so cathartic about just like using your hands. There's something so cathartic about getting a cut or a scrape or a splinter, and that being part of the process, right, to make something. In a digital age, I mean, it's really easy to get distance from your products. You don't have to have the same level of physical involvement to create an image. But with printmaking especially, you can't really distance yourself from that. There's always an element of physicality. You're moving objects, right? You're pushing ink, pulling ink, cutting wood. All of those things just like kind of pull you closer and demand not only like an intellectual intimacy with what you're working with, but also a physical intimacy. And I love that. I think for me, the personal challenge in art is primarily the call to hard work. I think it's too easy to think that art is like, whoa, inspiration, or something happened and this just magically appeared on a sheet of paper. I know I've had to completely scratch woodcuts before. After all the work of carving and printing and inking, right, you get to that final print and you're like, man, that really doesn't work. The way that I personally sort of seek to overcome that is kind of self-discovery, right? So yes, it takes hard work, but through that hard work, I discover more about myself. And that is definitely worth it in the long run. I discover more about how I feel about a certain thing. There's an element of vulnerability that gets transmitted, and I'm able to inherit that from the hard work. This is gonna sound weird, but I really like it when I have failed at creating what I wanted, because failure creates the opportunity to learn, and it's such a good feeling to look at something and have it completed, and you did all of the work and all of the brainstorming, right, and all of the labor to make it happen. You get to the end and it doesn't work, but you know why. That's such a fantastic feeling, to say, okay, the next time that I come at this idea, I know how I can improve it. I know how I can make it better. And I love that feeling. Art at Furman really provides me with the opportunity to set my own limits. There isn't a sense in which I feel claustrophobic here or held down. All of the professors are so very ready to help me, whether or not they're my current professors or not. Even if they're professors I've never had before, I can go to their studios, talk to them, show them my work and say, listen, in the context of your practice, how does this help me, right? And the community here is really great too. A lot of fantastic artists all working together. I think that Furman really makes it possible for their students to excel, and opens every venue for that to happen. I definitely pull inspiration from all over the place. I think it would be too narrow-minded of me to say, well, only these things can inspire me. I see myself as a created being, right? And I see all the things around me as reflective of also being created, right? So there's something that is shared there between me and my surroundings. And I think that kind of leaning into that idea, it becomes easier and easier to find magic in really mundane objects. And so I think for me, like, I seek to draw inspiration from just things that surround me. The normal things, the everyday things, the things that people wouldn't look twice at. My name is Jaime Lara, and I'm a printmaker.